Given what's going on right now, if you were Tom Menino there, the mayor of Boston, and all the officials that are around that area, what would be happening right now?
Well, I think they're doing all the right things. I mean, obviously they're looking for the one remaining guy. Well, we think one remaining guy. Who knows? I mean, at least as far as we can tell from the shootout.
This is what we know
night,
so
right?
far, right?
They may have information they're looking for more than one guy. I can't tell, but they don't know where he is. So this is like looking for a needle in a haystack. And what they're worried about is all of a sudden, 10 o'clock this morning, finding him in Waltham, Mass, and 5 kids are on the street. Mm-hmm. And now they have a shootout, and this guy, has been throwing bombs. He's obviously, he's well trained as far as the use of armaments are concerned. They want to make sure they eliminate the possibility of any collateral damage, of any innocent person being killed. That makes all the sense in the world. Whatever area, however wide you think that area is, you're going to find this guy. You keep everybody indoors, keep them out of the way. God forbid you should have, anybody on the street killed. So I think that makes a lot of sense. Closing down public transportation, again, makes sense. Not only to keep people off it, but to close down the area, the ways in which they can. Now you're eliminating the ways they can get out of Boston.
You want
right?
0 people on the street.
Yeah, and you want 0 people on the streets, and you want to basically funnel the way they can leave, basically by car or by foot. That's it. They're not going to be able to use a train, not going to be able to use a plane, not going to be able to use a bus. So now, hopefully, you are restricting their movements, and they're going to have to show up.
And at this point, I imagine intelligence officials are trying to see.
Oh my goodness!
If there's any connection as well, also to anybody else in other cities.
Starting last night, I mean, what's going on at the CIA and other places, find out everything you can about them. This is a bit of a curveball. If it's Chechen, we don't have that kind of problem here in the United States, right? We're not in the crosshairs of the Chechen separatists. It's basically Russia. If anything, we've expressed, meaning America has expressed, a little bit of sympathy for them, not to the extent where Putin occasionally has been angry at us that we're not angry enough at them. Mm-hmm. So it's a little strange that they would be focused on us. And I have to imagine their anger at us somehow involves Afghanistan because of the close connection between Chechnya and Afghanistan. A lot of the Chechens learned a lot of what they know about terrorism and military activities fighting in Afghanistan against the Russians. And so you got a real connection there between Chechnya, Afghanistan, and the part of Pakistan that adjoins
Well, I think the
Afghanistan.
State Department, though, recently issued some statements about Chechnya, did they not, about some human rights abuses by the president there?
Yeah, which I was in Russia a day or two after the killings in Beslan, when all those children were killed in Beslan. And I met with the foreign minister and 3 or 4 Russian security and police officials. And there was, even back then, a certain frustration that we, meaning America, don't take their problem, what they would consider to be their Islamic separatist problem, seriously enough.
No, they were very interested in the aftermath of 9/11 to have us define with them the Chechen separatist conflict as a terrorist conflict.
Right.
And the Bush administration was reluctant to do that. The Obama administration even more so. So U.S.-Russian relations.
Is there a possibility that we've got an intelligence hole there? Is there a possibility on that then?
Certainly. I mean, there's going to be lots of intelligence holes in this area.
Yeah.
And U.S.-Russian relations in general right now are not in a particularly good stage.
Right.
Often situations like this where there is loss of life, that temporarily is put aside and the security services will cooperate. But that is a dicey relationship for a lot of reasons, the ones between the CIA and the FSB, right, the Russian equivalent.
Which makes what they're doing even that's even stranger, right? When you think about it, I mean, we've had a certain amount of reluctance to be involved with this, and this is kind of like pushing us to be involved with it. Mm-hmm. But I'm not sure they thought that deeply in a geopolitical sense. This could more be anger at America for America's involvement in Afghanistan, and their connection to Afghanistan is a lot of Chechens were on Afghanistan's side when they fought Russia. A lot of them got training in Afghanistan and parts of Pakistan.